Hi everyone, David here from daviddumaisaudio.com, and in this video I'll be showing you guys a technique for creating character voice design. So if you ever have to design dialogue lines or character voices, or you can even use this for like monster roars or creature sound effects or stuff like that. But so if you ever have to do this kind of work, this is a technique that I just discovered, and it's it just works really well. So let's jump into the project. I'll show you guys what it is. All right, so I'll start off here. I have two lines of dialogue, and I'll just take off all of the effects that I have on so that we can hear them just as they are. So here we go. Let's take this off too. There we go.
You cannot win.
Whoop. Sorry, so I'll just start with the one microphone here.
You cannot win this. This is over.
Okay, so just me and my bad voice acting. So these are the lines of dialogue. This is the line of dialogue that I'm working with. So if you're just working with one voice here, one line of dialogue, the normal way that people would go about designing voices, just add plugins. As you can see here, I had Dehumanizer on here, and then you can add other plugins underneath, and then you can also layer them. So this is why I had two audio tracks here. So it's the exact same line of dialogue. So if I play it back,
you cannot win this.
It's the exact same line of dialogue twice, and then I put two different effects on here. So one on here is just a pitch driver, which is just me pitching down my voice.
You cannot win this.
And here I have another one, which is just a Dehumanizer preset that I created.
You cannot win this.
Okay, and then you play them together.
You cannot win this. This is over.
All right, sounds good. This is your typical regular way that you would, possibly design voices. But I was playing around and I found a few. I was basically experimenting and I was trying to find a different way of doing it. And this is what I came up with. So I was using just one voice, and actually I'll bring over my mixer here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So this is my vocal track. This is my microphone. This is where the lines of dialogues are, or the one line of dialogue that I'm using is. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to be, so I'm going to take off the stereo out. So right now, if I was going to press play, you're actually not going to hear anything because I just took off the stereo out. So right now, this is not going anywhere. The signal that's coming through here, the dialogue lines are not going anywhere. That's not going to the stereo out. Instead, what I'm doing is I'm sending them to two groups. One is the left group and one is to the right group. And I panned it, the left group I panned left and the right group I panned right. Then what I did is I put on my my plugins. So this is the exact same plugins, exact same way as I had before. So let's hear it where we're at now. So I'm just going to play this over again. Let's hear it now. Okay, so I messed up. I actually had to mute this other track here that I had on. So I'm going to play it again. And this is with it panned left and right.
You cannot win this. This is over.
Which sounds fine, but obviously you can tell that once, if you're putting on your speakers, you'll need speakers to hear this, or at least a good studio monitors, or headphones, sorry. But yeah, if you're listening with good headphones, you'll easily notice that obviously one's on the right, one's on the left, and that's what's happening here. One's left and one's right. So this is not really good for character design because you need your character to be in one location, not in both ears, right? It needs to be in the center, at least usually. And then of course you can position them wherever they are in the game or in the script or movie, whatever, and then you can position afterwards. But you need to have that center image. So what I did now is with these two groups here, I put them both of these and I channeled both of them into a new group, into a stereo group, which I called here the stereo mix group. So this is my stereo mix for the group. And what I did is I added a plugin recenter. But before we do that, let's just hear it again. So I'm just going to press play.
You cannot win this. This is over.
So you can see both of these are now being channeled into this mid one, and then I added recenter to here. And this is the part that's really interesting because it's not going to be the same sound now, maybe for you guys, as when these two are on. So let's hear it now with recenter.
You cannot win this. This is over.
Okay, so this is with recenter on. So splitting up the channels, so splitting up the one microphone, going into left and right, and then regrouping it into my stereo mix with recenter on it. This is what it sounds like.
You cannot win this. This is over.
Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to A/B it with these two lines of dialogue with the exact same presets, but on two separate lines of dialogue, compared to the one line, the microphone line with the one microphone with the split and to recenter. So let's listen to that. So I'm going to turn off. So yeah, okay. So let's do this. I'll do reset with recenter first. So let's listen.
You cannot win this. You cannot win this. This is over. You cannot win this. This is over. You cannot win this. This is over. You cannot win this.
So hopefully you can see when it's going through recenter here, it's just so much more organic and so much more unified. I don't know if it has to do with the plugin or or what, or if there's another way of setting it up. But with this plugin on recenter, with the two groups, the left channel and the right channel going into this final group with recenter on it, it just sounds so good together. And what's cool about it is, like I have these settings here, but even if I take off some settings here, so let's reset it. So I'm going to set it at the width 100%, and I'm going to take off all of these settings that I had. So this is the plugin just as it's loaded.
You cannot win this. This is over.
So with this, at least the sound is centered, but you can still hear it's very, very wide pan. So if I put it on,
you cannot win this.
Just some filters.
This is over.
So I'm just making the bass mono, and I'm adding a multiband just to make sure everything's well in the center.
You cannot win this.
Now I'm going to bring the width in.
This is over. You cannot win this. This is over.
And the mid-side input, this is when you're using mid-side. I'm not technically using mid-side, but for some reason, it just sounds really good.
You cannot win this. You cannot win this. You cannot win this.
It just really gels the two sounds together. And I don't know why, I don't know how, but it just works and it's really good. And again, I don't know if there's another way of doing it. I just know that with recenter, this way of setting it up, it just sounds really good. So yeah, this is the technique of for doing it. And what's cool about this is, like right now, I'm just using for this one, it's a simple pitching down, and this one is just a preset off of the humanizer. But if you want to do something crazy, like you can do some weird stuff where you're adding like chorus or like or a phaser and things like that. So if I do this might sound kind of funny, but. Like you can make, basically because this is pan left, you're doing a phase that's just on the left, but then when it blends it in together, it becomes a one sound. So it becomes really cool. Let's just hear it.
This is over.
I'm just going to play around with this.
You cannot win this. This is over. 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 You cannot win this. This is over.
And try to pitch it down a little bit here.
You cannot win this. This is over. You cannot win this. This is over.
Okay, so again, like I did some, so on the left channel, I did some chorus phaser and some pitch shifting, and on the right, I just kept the pitch shifter like I had. So let's move these over to, not here. So let's reset and let's A/B again to see what we created, how it's different from just stacking lines together. So I'm just going to turn these off. Okay, so let's hear it again. So this is with recenter.
You cannot win this. This is over. win this. This is over. You cannot win this. This is over. You cannot win this. This is over. You cannot win this.
So hopefully you can hear it. It's pretty minute, but it just really makes a difference in the quality of sound of the voice that you're making. It sounds much more glued together, gelled together. And I'm not sure what's going on, but it just sounds really good. Anyways, this is the technique I wanted to share with you guys. And yeah, of course you can keep going and being creative with the plugins you're adding here, with the left and right channels. But yeah, this is the basic technique. Instead of just stacking plugins on top of each other or layering different tracks with different plugins, it's splitting them up into the left and right channel and then adding your own plugins in there and then bringing them back into a centered plugin and hearing the effect, the final effect there. So very similar, but I don't know what it is. It sounds so much better. So anyways, hopefully you guys found that useful or valuable and you can use this technique. Yes, of course, you would have to get something like Recenter to be able to do this, but it's so worthwhile, especially if you have a job where you're doing this and you're getting paid. Like this is just, I find it invaluable. So anyways, hopefully you found that useful, valuable. Let me know what you guys think. Do you have other tricks or techniques that you use? Is there something that maybe I missed, or is there a more simple way of doing it? I don't know. I just found this and I was like, wow, this is amazing. I want to share it with you guys. So that's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks.